Hello and welcome to The Wealthy Walker. My name is Tom. Thank you so much for checking out this video today. Bit of a unique idea this. I'm planning on sharing my investment portfolio on Trading212 whilst on a walk. So we'll see how this goes, shall we? And the aim of this channel is really just to share monthly updates of my Trading212 platform. Where it goes from there, who knows? But all I do know is that I have really enjoyed discovering lots of other people's Trading212 platforms, portfolios of late, and it's really helped me form my own plan for my investments with stocks and shares. So yeah, I feel like this is really going to help a lot of people. We'll see. But right now, I just want to get this online. I feel like it's really good for my accountability. It's going to help me get better at dealing with stocks and shares, the highs, the lows, the wins, the losses, and all the learning experiences that come with that. I suppose in a way, investing is a bit like walking. You know, you've got a destination in mind. It's going to take small steps to get there, and there are always things that can help you along the way to make it a smoother journey. You know, my journey with Trading212 is going to be anything but smooth because I am new to investing, but I must admit I am super motivated to get going. I can't wait to show you my portfolio, and yeah, before I do, I suppose it's just really important that I share a little disclaimer really, and that is I am not a chartered accountant, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just Tom from Lancashire trying to make his way with investing. The reality is my advice, my tips, my journey, it'll be totally different from yours. It's really important that you do your own research when you're investing. Don't take any risks off my back because at the end of the day, you know, who am I? So, you know, I think it does help other people with their own choices when they get to see people's portfolios. So yeah, hope you like mine. Of course, let us know in the comments what you think. I'm keen to hear your thoughts, and yeah, let's get on with it. At the end of the day, over 70% of investors lose money. So again, what info I share with you, just use with caution, do your research. So I suppose for this first video, I really wanted to just set the scene and let you know a little bit about my portfolio. I feel like, you know, if I can show you it now and explain why I picked certain stocks for the beginning of my Trading212 adventure, then, you know, in a month's time it'd be really interesting then to compare and see how it's changed, why I've sold certain stocks, why I've invested in others, any other changes that have taken place. Because the truth is I followed several other YouTubers now, and I found their journeys really interesting, and to hear their reasonings behind things, it just gives me a few insights and ideas and helps me form my own plan, if you like. So yeah, let's get straight into my portfolio. Okay, so the first item on my portfolio, as you can see there, is Adobe. Now I use Adobe Premiere for video editing. I use Adobe Lightroom for my social media marketing business. I'm going to have to soon be using Photoshop as well, using some, you know, graphic design, that kind of thing. So, you know, why not invest in a company that I am a keen, avid customer of? So yeah, Adobe is the first one on the list. So next up, as you can see there, is Alibaba. Now Alibaba is an interesting one. I must admit, you know, I am a big believer in drop shipping. I've done a little bit myself, you know, e-commerce, that kind of thing. And Alibaba are a fantastic supplier of, you know, goods from China and those kind of countries that do cheap products but of good quality. Yeah, and I just think Alibaba are going to turn things around. You know, their share price has dropped a little bit of late, but they're going to get back up there and much higher in the future. So I thought I'd put a little bit of money into Alibaba, and we'll see how we go over the next few years. You know, who doesn't use Google? I use Google for all my searches. I use Google AdWords to promote products and services. You know, who doesn't use YouTube? We're on YouTube right now, and Google on YouTube. So I'm gonna invest in Google. I believe in Google. I'm a customer of Google. So yeah, Google's on the list. Another one to mention is Amazon. I mean, have you heard of Amazon? They've done really well during COVID times. You know, at the end of the day, they are an online retailer, but they do so much more. And I think that's the thing with Amazon. They've got so much more potential to grow even bigger. So I'm going to keep chipping away at Amazon and keep adding more and more shares, if possible, to my portfolio over time. We'll see how it goes. Okay, next is Apple. Have you heard of Apple by any chance? You know, the truth is I am a MacBook user. I am also an iPhone user. So, you know, I am going to stick to Apple. I'm going to invest in Apple. I know it's a trendy stock. I know that it might not necessarily spike the way it has over the last 10 years. But yeah, I'm going to chuck some money in Apple because I believe in them. And it's as simple as that. They are investing in other areas as well. So, you know, I'm going to stay tuned and see what they come up with over the next 10 years or so. Okay, so the next one, Coca-Cola. Have you heard of Coca-Cola? You know, they are cheaper right now compared to Pepsi, and they pay a dividend. I wanted in on that, so yeah, I've added Coca-Cola to the portfolio. We'll see what happens. Next on the list is Costco. You may have heard of Costco. They are a massive, almost like a warehouse chain. They sell discounted goods, bulk discounted goods. I must admit, Costco I don't know enough about, but I looked at their chart history. They've obviously done pretty well over the years. So I added them to the portfolio. Now, they don't pay the biggest dividend, and you know, it is quite slow growth with Costco. So I kind of feel like it's one to invest in right now, but it's something that I may change, you know, over the next few months. We'll see. Okay, so next on the list is DraftKings. Now, you may not have heard of these because they're really only associated with American sports. They're a gambling company. I haven't used their service yet, but I'm thinking about it for next year possibly, if I'm allowed, that is, because I am obviously UK. They are a US company. But basically, it's like a fantasy online league for NFL. You know, you can see I'm an NFL fan myself, and I kind of just wanted to invest in a company that was sponsoring NFL teams in some way and was involved with American sports. I love the hype from American sports. You know, we'll see if it grows over the next few years because it is still relatively new. It's an exciting one. Okay, so the next one, Easyjet. This was actually a free share that I got when I signed up to the Trading212 platform. Now, the good thing is when you sign up to an affiliate link for Trading212, you do get a free share worth up to £100. So it's a bit of a lucky dip, but when I signed up through an affiliate's link, I got given Easyjet for free. So that's worth £7 at this moment in time. I may sell it, I'm not really sure. I'm not really interested in investing in travel at the moment in time, this moment in time. Okay, so next on the list is Etsy. Etsy, you know, I've bought a few things from Etsy in the past. They are fantastic for handmade, homemade items. You know, it's quite, I wouldn't say luxury, but it's, you know, it's a decent quality what you're going to get on Etsy. Come on, Henry. So I've definitely bought into Etsy. I'm a customer, so you know, I feel like there's a lot more potential with Etsy where they're going to go over the next few years. We'll see what happens. So yeah, another one that I added to the portfolio was GoDaddy. Now, GoDaddy, I've been using them for quite a few years now. I host websites with them. I buy URLs through them. I, you know, pay for other kinds of services through GoDaddy. So I really felt like I should add GoDaddy to the list. Now, there isn't as much growth potential, I don't believe, with GoDaddy because there's only so many services that they can offer. But they do have all the customers on direct debit. They do annoyingly call you up and try and sell you additional items. So I kind of feel like they are trying to climb the ladder a little bit higher, so the share price could increase. So yeah, GoDaddy's on the list for now, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so the next one you can see there is McDonald's. I mean, I must confess, I do love the McDonald's. I'm not going to tell you about all the choices that I make when I go to McDonald's. They're not healthy ones. but I do really like their fast food, and I wanted to invest in it. You know, when you're a customer of something, as I've said before, it's so much easier to invest in because you know that if the share price drops, you're not going to panic and look to sell straight away because you know, like, and trust that company. Now, obviously, if something big happens and, you know, there's a huge scare within the company and their profits drop or that kind of thing, then I can understand you maybe wanting to sell. But little dips here and there, you can kind of, well, I'm hoping that I can deal with those troughs, those dips, because I love the company. So yeah, McDonald's is on the list. Okay, so the next one there is Microsoft. Microsoft are massive. I don't really need to go into detail as to why I've invested in Microsoft. I am a customer of theirs. I have an Xbox. You know, we've all had their PCs over the years. I got started on Windows 95, I believe it was. Absolutely love Microsoft. And yeah, Bill Gates is amazing. He's investing in so many different areas. They are one to, you know, keep your eye on because they're just so many fingers in so many pies. So yeah, Microsoft on the list as well. Okay, so the next one there you can probably see is Netflix. I mean, it's Netflix. We've all got a subscription with them, haven't we? They are coming out with films and so many different TV shows. You know, they are trying to diversify as well. They're investing. I just feel like Netflix is a win. You know, I don't know what direction they're going to go in, but it's always going to be going up with Netflix. They're here to stay, and they've been a lifesaver for a lot of people during, you know, this crazy year of COVID where we've all been locked in our homes. So yeah, Netflix is on the list too. And the next one you can see there is Nike. I mean, Nike, I'm a customer, obviously. I think everybody in the world is a customer of Nike at some stage. I do really like their advertising campaigns. I like their message. I think they are the brand that stands out more than any others in terms of supporting athletes. I love sport, so I'm going to support Nike. I'm going to invest in Nike, and feel like Nike is an easy one. You know, it's an easy win. Then I know they're going to grow. So, you know, I just wanted to put some money into another sponsor of sport, and Nike is a fantastic one at that. Okay, next one, Ocado. Ocado are a huge online supermarket, and they are growing, and there's a lot of people pumping money into their business. I feel like, you know, they're one to watch for the future. I know that they are collaborating with other supermarket chains, so I just think their software, their platform, even though it's not profiting right now, or it wasn't in 2019 at least, I think we're going to see them only steadily climb. So I feel like it's a good growth stock to invest in, and they're UK based, so yeah, Ocado's on the list. The next one you can see there is PayPal. We've all used PayPal for dealing with online payments. I'm not the biggest fan of PayPal, but they are growing. You can see they've killed it during lockdown, during COVID times, and you know, it is a relatively safe way of transferring money, paying for things. The customer always wins with PayPal. You don't tend to lose much money, if at all, if you pay through PayPal. It's safe for the customer. So yeah, I think PayPal is an obvious one really. So I've chucked that on there. The next one you can see is Pets at Home. Now, if you haven't heard of Pets at Home, where have you been the last few years? No, Pets at Home in the UK are huge. They are a pet shop. They're a pet shop, and they sell loads of different items for your pets. Me and my partner, we use Pets at Home for dog toys, dog food, all things for our dog Henry, as you can see. And I just wanted to support them. I wanted to put some money into them. They are growing. You know, they've took dips over the years, like a lot of businesses. But I just feel like, you know, if I'm going to invest in something to do with pets, Pets at Home is probably a good one. So yeah, Pets at Home is on the list. Okay, so let's get through the last few. Next one there is Procter Gamble. Do your research on them, but they are massive and they are here to stay. You can see with their gains over the last 10 years, they're killing it, and they're in everyone's homes. I think everyone's at some stage bought a product that Procter Gamble have had a say on. So I wanted to invest in them. I think they do a dividend as well, so I'm probably going to earn a few pennies back from the investment I make with them. So I wanted to add them to the list. Next one there is RightMove. Now I do know with RightMove there is a lot of competition now. There are a lot of sites offering the same service, so I don't know if their market share is ever going to get back to the heights that it once was. But I just feel like the shares are so cheap, it's worth a punt. I don't know. It's a UK-based real estate company, if you like, so it was my first dip in the water with real estate, and we'll see what happens. I don't have to keep hold of them. They are cheap, and the fact that they're not climbing is something that I could maybe drop out of for a bit and then maybe reinvest in at a later date if I feel like we're out of COVID and things are on the rise again. So we'll see. Okay, so next one there is Roku. I'm going to be honest, I don't know a great deal about Roku, but I am a Now TV customer and Roku is on there. I don't actually know if I'm pronouncing it right, so apologies if I'm not. But they are an online streaming kind of network, kind of software, and it sounds like they're doing deals with other companies. You can see with their gains over the last year or so, they're on the rise. And I just felt like, even though I don't know a great deal about them, the fact that they're climbing and they're doing all this investing and they're collaborating with other big businesses, they're in demand. So I can see their share price getting bigger and bigger, a bit like the Netflix kind of thing. So I just thought I'd go in there with Roku and we'll see what happens. Okay, so Square, that's the next one on the list. Sorry about that, my battery died. Okay, so where were we? So next on the list was actually Square. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I actually thought Square was Squarespace, for e-commerce. But actually Square is a company that takes payments from credit cards, that kind of thing. Online payments is the way to go these days. You can see that with like PayPal and all these other companies that are doing really well. So I don't mind adding Square to the portfolio, but yeah, uneducated man here, I thought Square was Squarespace. Next there on the list is Starbucks. Now I'm a customer of Starbucks. I use Costa Starbucks. I think Costa's owned by Pepsi, so it's one for the portfolio at some point, but quite happy to add Starbucks to the list. They have grown steadily over the years, so I feel like it's a relatively safe bet. And during the pandemic, I think a lot of people have been meeting up for coffees. They do drive-in, takeaway coffees, that kind of thing as well. They're ticking a lot of boxes for a lot of people, and I think post-pandemic, I really believe that people are going to meet up and they're going to have a coffee together. So Starbucks is one for the list for the long term. Yep, so I've also got Tesla on there. Now, I don't know a great deal about electric cars, that kind of thing, but I know it's where I need to be right now with some of my investment. It's part of my diversified portfolio, if you like. Tesla is obviously Elon Musk's company. They're doing really well with share price right now. They rocketed sort of around, I think maybe before Christmas, and it's kind of stayed steady since then at a high price. So I feel like I'm going to get in now. They are turning profitable, so I think that price is only going to go higher over the years. So I'll keep that one in there for the long run. Okay, so next on the list there, you'll see Walmart. I am an Asda shopper. I've used Asda for a number of years, and they're owned by Walmart. Walmart is a huge supermarket company, so they own a lot of sub companies, smaller businesses. I'm more than happy to have Walmart on there. They pay a nice little dividend, so I'll take that cash as and when. And I feel like I'm going to build up my Walmart sort of fund over the years as well. And finally on the list is Walt Disney. I mean, it's Disney. I had to get that on there. I know they've done really well with Disney Plus. I am a user of Disney Plus. We pay for that membership. I'm also a huge Star Wars fan, and Disney bought Star Wars. So, right now all the Disney parks are shut, the theme parks, but when they reopen, combine that with Disney Plus memberships, I feel like they're gonna just continue to go from strength to strength. So getting a share or two with them is definitely on the list of things to do. I've got my first share with Walt Disney, so I'm quite happy. And yeah, that pretty much sums up my portfolio for now. Now over this next month, I am thinking about sharing a couple more videos with you regarding how I got started with investing. I'm going to talk to you about my money box experience and just a few tips and tricks that I've learnt so far already before investing in Trading212 and since investing in Trading212 in that first sort of week or so. I feel like I've been doing a lot of study recently and I'm keen to share it. Now I must stress, I am new to investing. I have heavily invested in brands that I know, like and trust, and I know at some point I'm going to have to diversify from that. I may swap and change a couple this next month during February, and I'll let you know on the next update, which will be at the end of the month. Right now I feel pretty happy with what I've got. I know we're in a strange time right now. I mean, we've been through some strange GameStop situation, AMC, all these share prices seem to be skyrocketing at the moment, and I'm not educated enough to be able to talk to you about that. All I do know is it has impacted the stock market as a whole, and there's been a lot more investors on these websites investing in crazy stocks like GameStop and AMC. So I'm kind of guessing that this month might not be as good as I would like. Stock prices may drop, or it could be the opposite. It could be that it has a good effect because there's more people on the sites investing. I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be interesting, and I'm definitely going to look to add some real estate on there, maybe some more clean energy companies, maybe a couple of funds. So we'll see how we go. But yeah, I'll drop that video sort of the start of March after we've gone through February and I've made some changes and I've got some new updates for you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.